All right, where the Hebrew Israelites to come in week and week out to prophesy the downfall of Babylon the Great, also known as the United Snakes of America, the land on which we stand at the moment, soon to be devoured in thermonuclear fire when these missiles hit. All right, and as we can see, the demons are popping out of the woodwork now. Right, pursuant to the video of the brother out there in South Carolina, Manat Zagba. All right, strong demons are confronting the camp, whether it be by appointment, whether the guy was an agent and got paid, which it didn't look like. It looked like he had about 3 legions of demons on his ass, and so he did what he did. But in the spirit, that's the Most High showing us what is to come. The video itself, within a couple of hours, had like 4,000 views. Why? Because of the thumbnail of the demons standing off with the prophet. Right? And that gets Jake's attention. Right? Jake want to see a fight, that whole thing, but what you saw was a spiritual battle. And I thought that the brother did real well, and then I saw the elder apostle Aram Lab kind of admonished him a bit for his behavior, and we all learn, okay? We all learn from that. It could have got carnal at any moment, but it's really hard when somebody's standing in your face. But the greater lesson was right there for us all to learn. So, stay in the spirit, right? Lock in. All right. So we come in, Salaki. We come in week in and week out to prophesy the downfall of this place, to wake up the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel, who are waking up very rapidly right now. You Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, Seminole Indians, and Speckled Bird, get you to repent, acknowledge your offense, pray for forgiveness, and get back in order. All right? First and foremost, and as always, all praise to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Kadash. Double honors to the elder apostles of GMS, elder bishops of GMS, and all the elders that came before them that taught us His truth. And shalom and salutations to all the brothers out pushing the word in truth and in sincerity. The hopeful elect tabernacle of David. All right, stand strong in the spirit. All right, here they come. Here the demons come. All right, we just by watching that and getting this proper instruction from the elder apostles, we're clearly coming into the next phase of this work, of this of going out and pushing His word. All right. So, with that, discernment, right? Discernment is the key. And like I said, I left a comment on the brother's video that I thought that his temperament was perfect. He didn't fight. He protected the brother when he said, don't touch the brother. I thought that what he did, from what I saw and from having an experience when I was new in the truth, it came to blows between an Edomite and I was young in the truth, right? Which haven't had that experience after that. Come close, but it's what you say, which is what the elder apostle was bringing out, is what you say and what you don't say, right? What did he say? That he said that he defeated the demon when he rebuked him in the name of Yahweh Shemi Al Shai, and the brother's head dropped. He said that was end of the spiritual battle, but the carnal battle was still at hand, right? So that's what we learned, all right? I learned that because I definitely would have tried to stand my ground, carnally. But, hey, you got to be ready to die in this thing. And two things. You got to be ready to die, and it's not a carnal fight. Your fight is with this. Here's your sword. Use the sword. Use the scriptures to fight your battle. And the Lord Yahweh Shem Shai will fight for you. This is the word. This is the word of Yahweh Shem Shai. This is what's going to fight for you. This is Yahweh Shai. Yahweh Shai is the word. He's going to fight your battles. So these are the things that, we have to hold on to. In that moment, if you will. All right. Going back to discernment. All right. So this is Job, book of Job 6:30. Is there iniquity in my tongue? Cannot my taste discern perverse things? All right. Now, iniquity in your tongue, what is that? All right. That's going out. That's leaning upon your own understanding, right? And going outside of the script. Don't go outside of the script. Stay on script. Let these words fight. Okay? And having the discernment, right? To what? Stay in the spirit. You have to discern spiritual things. All right. So that's Job. And you have to discern through the spirit what are perverse things, right? Like this demon that comes up out of nowhere and presents himself and stands right in the face of the brother of the prophet, right? And what do? Well, you use the word. And he did, but apparently, there's some things to work on. So we're gonna do that. All right. So this is Job 34:3. Job 34:3, for the ear trieth words, as the mouth tasteth meat. Let us choose to us judgment. Let us know among ourselves what is good. All right? And what is good? All right? We got to lock in the spirit. All right? Because here come the demons. Right? The dude looked like, he recognized the Ferris wheel. He knew what street, like he was familiar with the town. He's like this, I'm going to go down there, and get me some fame. Because he understood that the camera was on. He mugged for the camera. He played to the camera. And so what's going to happen as a result of that? Other demons are going to see that and say, oh, I could be YouTube famous. This thing got 4,000 views because of the thumbnail. So what is a demon going to do? He can run down to the camp and try to scoff the camp and get, YouTube famous. Now, what's going to happen to this idiot, this demon, that became YouTube famous? What's going to happen to him? Scoffing the camp, right? What an idiot. Let's get that. Ecclesiastes 5:1. Keep thy foot, idiot. You went to scoff the camp. You planned that whole thing. Whether somebody paid you to do it, it didn't look like it. Looked like you were so fucking bugged out that, that you can't be an agent, right? That was the Most High used your demon ass to do what? To teach us, to signal us, and to teach us how to act in that situation as these demons become more and more powerful. So that's where this thing is going. All right, keep thy foot when thou goest to the house of the Most High, and be more ready to hear than to give the sacrifice of fools, for they consider not that they do evil. Hey, it's not going to go well. That is not going to go well. Scoffing the camp. All right, brother. Hey, we're in the time right now. The day is evil. The days are evil right now. What's going to happen? All right. Tomorrow. Tomorrow is a very important day. Anything can happen before or after this selection. All right. Because what would the devil? The devil needs an event. All right. How are they going to bring in the MOTB? How are they going to get people to want that mark? All right. They're going to do it by crashing the system. They have to crash the system to make people want a solution to the chaos. They have to crash the system, create chaos. Then when it gets so bad, they'll line up, right? Oh, well, we have a solution. Okay? We're going to put 2 G's, and we got food over here. Here's some money. Here's the solution. Just put this thing in your hand, and Jake is going to flock. They're going to flock because they have no clue what the trap is, the setup, the snare. When you say trap to Jake, you're talking about a dope house. How do you deal with that? This is how far gone Jake is. They're going to run straight to the convention center or whatever it is, the arena, the sea camp, the concentration camp. They're going to run straight. I'm hungry. I got mouths to feed. I got to do it. They have to create a situation so that you need the chip, all right, the C hit. And how are they going to do that? Well, this situation that they've created, right, has the potential for that very situation to do what? To start an insurrection, to start some form of chaos to where they have to come in, lock down the city. How do you do that? Well, you wag a little dog, you start a little fight, if you will, about the selection. The selection is here. A day after, right? Something could happen the day before. Bombs go off. Blame it on the maggots. or the day after. Whoever doesn't win, you got the maggots ready to, rise up, if you will. If the Republicans win, then you got the BLM, mafia, whatever the hell that is, the LGBTQRST, which is the BLM, okay? You got them ready to do what they did a couple of summers ago, burning shit and looting and shooting and whatever, okay? Because if they could get the left to get out in the street and act a damn fool, here comes the right, whether they want or not. They can come in like they're the police. Point being, they got to get this fight started. Their time, they can't prop up the Wall Street. What is it? The market, the stock market. They can't prop up the stock market anymore. All right? That game is over. The whole system, they got to let it crash. Really, it already has crashed, but they haven't, they're propping it up to make it seem as though it hasn't yet. Housing, food, you name it. You name it. When they pull the plug, it's going to be free fall, right? And Jake ain't ready. A lot of people. Esau ain't ready. Okay? Esau's not ready. So, the men of the Lord, we got to be ready. We got to warn the people, right? Because people don't know anything. You got people out here, these Christians, that got the Bible. They come out once a month. We went over it yesterday. The guy, he's cool. But he don't know a damn thing, right? How is it that you're supposed to be a watchman out here and you don't know, anything? You're not up on anything. What about, you're supposed to be out here warning the people what? That this election, right, could cause chaos afterwards. The potential for chaos after the election is very high. They might use this, and when I say they, I mean the powers that be. They need an event, right? They need chaos. So what are they going to do? They're going to create it. And you should be telling the people that, right? Why do you think that they are outlawing, right, conspiracy theories? Because when you come out and you tell this truth, when you warn the people, they're, oh, well, that's a conspiracy theory. So that they can cut the truth, right? The phrase conspiracy theory is on par with the phrase anti-Semite, or the word, whatever, concoction, the compound word anti-Semitic. That's used to shut down the whole conversation. You can't speak on that. You can't expose this. That's anti-Semitic. And these words and phrases have been implemented, right, to demonize when the truth is coming out. And with the weaponization of words, if you will, that's anti-Semitic. You can't expose me. You can't tell the truth, right? And what's the next level of weaponizing those words? Okay, first of all, they're demonizing the truth. What is the next step for demonizing the truth? Making it a crime to be a conspiracy theorist or an anti-Semite. They're going to pass a law that we can incarcerate you. We can already take your money, right? Alex Jones. We could take your money. Kanye West. Kyrie Irving. We can take your money for being anti-Semitic. What's the next step? We can imprison you, right? Revelation 2 and 10. Revelation 2 and 10, fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison. All right? Why? Because you're anti-Semitic. Because you're telling the truth out here. And we have passed laws, right? So that we can arrest you for that. We can, you know. Look. Salakia, Isaiah. Isaiah 10 and 1. Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees, and that write grievousness which they have prescribed, to turn aside the needy from judgment, to take away the right from the poor of my people, that widows may be their prey, and that they may rob the fatherless. So, right. Unrighteous decrees. What is that? That's what they've been doing that. Now they're demonizing. See, when you understand that the real target are the men of the Lord out here pushing this truth, they have to stop that. What do? They create a diversion. We got MAGA. We're going after MAGA. No, you're not. You're coming after us. All right? Well, the MAGAs are anti-Semites. You're not worried about them. The Nazis been around. You're funding the Nazis. They stand on. They give the Nazi salute. They come against the so-called Jews. Are you coming after them? Or are you coming after us? No, you're coming after us. You went after Kyrie. You went after Kanye. Right? And what did you call them? You called them anti-Semitic. And then you pull out the Nazis, and everybody knows that the Nazis are anti-Semitic. So, who's the real target? The real target are the men of the Lord out here doing this work, pushing this truth. The Nazis don't have the truth. Matter of fact, you want the Christians out saying that God loves everybody when he clearly doesn't. You don't want anybody to know that you're the one that he hates. Oh, you said the H word. You're preaching hate. That's hate speech. We're going to lock you up. Well, guess what? None of it is going to work. None of it. You can do nothing against the truth but for it. Paraphrase. All right? Isaiah 10 and 1. Where'd it go? Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees, and that write grievousness which they have prescribed. Anti-Semitic. Conspiracy theorists. Why is there a war on conspiracy theories? And who gets to decide what a conspiracy theory is? Who gets to decide what is anti-Semitic? Putting up a movie, or where you're promoting the movie that's anti-Semitic. What do you mean? And how is it anti-Semitic when he's saying that these people are Japheth? Japheth is not a Semite. Okay? So what's anti-Semitic about the movie when he's saying that these people, right, are not Semites, they're Japheth. So he's wrong, and he's pushing foul doctrine. What was it? Him that said the so-called white man is not Edom? Well, Edom is Semitic. The Shats are Shemitic. When I say Shats, I mean S-hats, right? You're killing me Smalls hats. Okay? The Shats, S-hats, they're Shemitic. Okay? Japheth is not Shemitic. So when you go into Ashkenazi, you're no longer Shemitic. How are you anti-Semitic if you're a Japhethite? No. Again. So the word salad and soup, all right, you have to know what these terms mean and how they're being used. They're weaponized. And now you're going to pass grievous laws and prescribe ways that you could try to stop this truth, but it ain't going to stop. It's not going to work. What's going to happen if a brother gets tossed in the jail? Right? You're going to keep a Bible away from him? No. There's going to be a Bible right there. You're going to open the Bible, and he's going to teach the people around him. I know it happened to me. Happened to me. Okay? Hey, the devil threw me in prison, just like it prophesied. And what do? You go in there, you open up the book, and you show the brothers around you who they are and how this thing works. Okay? You continue to march. You endure until the end. You hate your life unto death. Revelation 2 and 10, again. Spirit. Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death. What does it mean to be faithful unto death? That means you got a job to do. All the way up until you either pass away, right? Complete your course, if you will. Got to push this word. In prison. That's what it means to be faithful until death. Right? Work without what? Faith without works. What does it mean to be faithful? You got to have them works. You got to do the work in the in the pen or whatever. Right? That's what you do. And you know, it is what it is. Wherever the Most High stations you, so to speak. Like, for example, I was born and raised in this town. Little did I know, right? I used to skateboard as a 12-year-old. How many years ago was that? Right? Used to get on the bus, come right here to ride skateboards, right? Little did I know I would be out here, right, for the last 14 years doing this. All right? So the Most High has you stationed where you need to be. All right? Learn something today from the brother. Prophesy to the wind. The wind is these satellites. There's the camera. It goes up, gets uploaded. We're prophesying to the wind. From one end of the earth to the other. Be thou faithful until death, and I will give thee a crown of life. What are we doing? Trying to get that crown. Okay? Contend. You got to be the number one contender out here. Revelation 3 and 10. 3 and 11. Salakia. Behold, I come quickly. Hold that fast which thou hast, that no man take thy crown. Trying to get that crown. That title. That belt, if you will. And now you got to gird up. Why would you gird up in the ancient days? You had to gird up because it's time to fight. Gird up your loins like a man. That means you got to knuckle up and not carnally. Again, here come them demons, right? Demons on the comment board, demons face to face, all up in your grill. You got to be ready. And that was, that's a little reminder. So you're supposed to take that visual and imagine, what am I going to do when somebody jumps up in my face? Am I going to knock them the fuck up out of my face? No, you have to be wise as a serpent and harmless as a dove. Hell, I saw a pigeon yesterday. The little dog got him. Played with him, and the girl screams, ah! Dog lets it go, and then the pigeon died a slow death. All right, you got to be harmless. They grab you up, then ultimately, you know that's the Most High. Unto death. You have to be faithful unto death. You're not out here to fight a physical fight. If it goes that way, if you perish on the battlefield, then you've completed your course, and it's about to get crazy. And see, these things have to happen. We're not going to make it to the kingdom without a fight. Okay? Without seeing this whole thing deconstructed. There's going to come a time in Jacob's trouble, right, where it gets so bad that it's palpable. Daniel 12:1, and at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince which standeth for the children of thy people, and there shall be a time of trouble. Jacob's trouble. Okay? That is here. Okay? That's what that wake-up call, the visual of a demon, right? Only thing this demon didn't have was horns on his head. We're in the next phase of bringing out this word. Closer to what? Hunting season. We're getting close to hunting season, right? There'll be a time. Hey, these 2/3 is about, you see that, all right? This nigga is fighting the wrong battle. He's gonna be, if the Most High spares that nigga right there, which he was a nigga, all right, he's gonna be on the front lines of the 2/3 war. Okay, that's the difference. The 1/3 fights spiritually. That nigga right there had spirits on him, right? Wonder what actually happened. He done shook the and the nigga was he had demons on him, but he wasn't stupid. Okay, what did he keep doing? He kept running to the cops and shaking their hand. So he was batshit crazy, but crazy like a fox. He kept going over and shaking the cop's hand, which pacified him for a minute until they absolutely had to do their job. This nigga running up and down the street just wreaking havoc, challenging, starting fights. He should have been long locked up. How was that nigga getting the pass? Right? Hey, but the brother stood firm though. He stood firm. But we learned from that situation. And there shall be a time of trouble such as never was since there was a nation even to that same time. All right? Hey, the trouble. Trouble is here. Now, I gotta say that this weather is about perfect. And I hope it stays like this. It's a little gloomy, overcast, but it's warm. It's really almost earthquake weather. Right? But shit. If it stayed like this all winter, it'd be cool. Nobody would freeze. Anyway, the time that we're in. Okay, Jacob's trouble. We're in it. Some people are catching hell right now. Other people are going to catch up to them when it just spirals the fuck out of control. And That was a reminder to stay in the Spirit. It's being in the Spirit that is going to deliver you from Jacob's trouble. And at that time thy people shall be delivered, every one that shall be found written in the book. And what does that mean? That means that you're of the elect. If you're written in the book, you are of the elect. That your spirit, right, was one of the ones that in the beginning, the gods, right, you were there. And that's being brought to your remembrance right now. So you have to fight a spiritual battle, right? I have to fight a spiritual battle. And I'm cool with that. I'm too old to be knuckling up, right? Too old. I'm good. My days of brawling are way beyond me. And you have to, you have to remember that. You really got to take that serious. First of all, you're not supposed to be fighting carnally. Second of all, I'm too old for that shit. So, it should be easy, but we're going to be challenged. We're going to be tested. That was a test. All right. Matthew 24 and 21. Start at 20. But pray ye that your flight be not in the winter, neither on the Sabbath day. For then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, no, nor ever shall be. Okay? And here we are. Those words, right? Those words have to, that moment, all right, that season, if you will, must come to pass. Things ain't bad. Like I said, hey, it's warm out here. Squirrels are chirping, birds are flying. It's business as usual. Buses are running. People are, walking through the park, if you will. Nobody's scared yet. Well, we're not there. What will it be when we're at the midpoint of Jacob's trouble, at the worst part of it? How will things be then? Okay? You ain't going to see people outside. You ain't going to see people strolling. They're going to be scared to go outside. They're going to be taking refuge in the pad if you got one. If you're homeless, which a lot of people will be at that time, okay, houses will be rifled. This is Jacob's trouble. You know where we're going. So lucky. Long night last night. Second Ezra 16 and 17. Woe is me, woe is me. All right. Who will deliver me in those days? The beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars, and the power shall stand in fear, the beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils shall come? So, at the height of Jacob's trouble, okay, these evil days, that season of evil, what are you going to do? It's going to be bad. What shall I do when these evils come? Behold, famine. Woo! It's going to be bad out here. Zombies are going to come to the pad and rifle it. They're going to rifle the pad. They're going to stick you up, hey, knock on the door, kick it down, and rifle the pad. Run you up out of there, take what food is there. Marauders, groups, gangs of hungry zombies. They hit that frequency, and it activate whatever's inside of these fools, right? All of that going on at the same time. What was that series it was called? Something Country. I forget. The opening scene, right, was Jacob's trouble. What was it? Something Country. With Atticus. Call him Tick. I forget, but I want to watch that again. Matter of fact, I want to do a video on it, show the scene if I can find that scene. Lovecraft Country. H.P. Lovecraft. Okay. Lovecraft Country. Lovecraft County. Lovecraft Country. All right. The opening scene in the series called Lovecraft Country. Let's see if I can find that. Okay. Let's see. Salaki, bear with me. Country. Opening scene. Let's see if I can show it. I'm gonna do a so he's fighting, I think that's Korea, or World War II. World War II or Korea. He's fighting. Then it goes into this. See, it's in black and white. Letting you know it's going to be a fight.
Story of a boy and his dream. But more than that, it is the story of an American boy and a dream that is truly American.
chariot.
Black Boy? Black Boy, we're the welcoming committee. You'd better get out of here. No, Jake. Go on, it just makes it tougher having you here. The year 1928. The time, spring. If you were a young man, your thoughts were undoubtedly turning to those of love. But if you were a young boy, your thoughts were of one thing: baseball.
Crazy. All right, so I'm gonna study up on that and I'm gonna do a video on it. But it's gonna be crazy. All right. When we're in the middle of Jacob's trouble, what's gonna be going on? Okay. Well, Esau knows. Esau has an idea of what the hell is going to be going on. Judging just by that video. An American boy talking about a Negro, Salakia. Okay? This devil knows something. He got the chariots beaming folks up, and what was it? The greatest day ever, greatest week ever. What was that? Nike or a Foot Locker? The Foot Locker commercial, right? Hey, that's the scene of Jacob's trouble. The middle of when all chaos, fighting, right? Salaki, I just thought the Spirit was on me to show that. I'm gonna do a video on it. Sit down. Second Ezra 16 and 21. Behold, victuals shall be so good cheap upon earth that they shall think themselves to be in good case, and even then shall evils grow upon the earth, sword, famine, and great confusion. This is Jacob's trouble. For many of them that dwell upon the earth shall perish of famine, and the other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy. And the dead shall be cast out as dung, and there shall be no man to comfort them, for the earth shall be wasted, and the cities shall be cast down. There shall be no man left to till the earth and to sow it. 16 and 27. So that one man shall desire to see another, and to hear his voice, for of a city there shall be 10 left, and 2 of the field, which shall hide themselves in the thick groves and in the clefts of the rocks. It's going to be bad. As in an orchard of olives, upon every tree there are left 3 or 4 olives, or as when a vineyard is gathered, there are left some clusters of them that diligently seek through the vineyard. Hey, that famine. All right? That famine is going to hit. Even so, in those days there shall be 3 or 4 left by them that search their houses with the sword. Gonna be bad. It's the middle of Jacob's trouble. And the earth shall be laid waste, and the fields thereof shall wax old, and her ways and all her paths shall grow full of thorns, because no man shall travel there through. That sounds like the book of Eli. The virgins shall mourn, having no bridegrooms, and the women shall mourn, having no husbands. Their daughters shall mourn, having no helpers. In the wars shall their bridegrooms be destroyed, and their husbands shall perish of famine. Jump down to 37. Behold, the plagues draw nigh, and are not slack, as when a woman with child in the 9th month bringeth forth her son. Within 2 or 3 hours of her birth, great pains compass her womb, which pains, when the woman cometh forth, they slack not a moment. Even so shall not the plagues be slack to come upon the earth, and the world shall mourn, and sorrows shall come upon it on every side. O my people, hear my word. Make you ready to the battle, and in those evils be even as pilgrims upon the earth. This is bad. Bad. I'm going to jump down to 68. Second Ezra 16 and 68. For behold, the burning wrath of a great multitude is kindled over you, and they shall take away certain of you and feed you, being idle with things offered unto idols. And they that consent unto them shall be had in derision and in reproach and trodden under foot. For there shall be in every place in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord. They shall be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord. For they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses. There'll be a lot of homeless. Well, what you mean homeless? You get casted out. For they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses. Then shall they be known who are my chosen, and they shall be tried as the gold in the fire. Hear, O ye my beloved, saith the Lord, behold, the days of trouble are at hand, but I will deliver you from the same. All right? And it says that every time. We're going to go down the list, okay? 2 Ezra 16 and 74. Hear, O ye my beloved, saith the Lord, behold, the days of trouble, Jacob's trouble, are at hand. There's the danger, there's the trouble, there's the bad times. And here's the balance, okay? But I will deliver you from the same. Be ye not afraid, neither doubt, for the Most High is your guide. Talking about the elect. And the guide of them who keep my commandments and precepts, saith the Lord power. Let not your sins weigh you down, and let not your iniquities lift themselves up. All right, so you got the bad. Hey, and the whole time I've been saying, oh, we're coming into the bad time. But where's the balance? The balance is this. We got this word. We got this sword. We got this protection. All right? And just like right at the end, when, who was that? Jackie Robinson comes in and, right? Slays the dragon. All right, that's one. Here's two. Jeremiah 30. And 5. 30 and 7. Salaki. Jeremiah 30 and 7. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble. There's the bad. There's the trouble. But he shall be saved out of it. There's the balance. Bad, good. Who is he? But he shall be saved out of it. The elect. Okay? But for the elect's sake, go back to Matthew 24. Matthew 24 and 21. For then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, no, nor ever shall be. That's the bad. Here's the balance. And except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved. There's that word saved. But for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. It just said that the elect is going to be saved. That's the good. And the days are short as hell. Right? Daylight saving. What is this? Fall back today. The last time. They're doing away with that. These days are just racing by. And except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved. But for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. There's the elect. And here they are getting saved. Matthew 24 and 31. And he shall send his angels with a great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from one end of heaven to the other. There it is. Why in Lovecraft Country did they have the chariots? What happened? Tick, the soldier who was out on the battlefield fighting this war, he was saved. Right? From the dragon or the monster, whatever the fuck that was. I got to do a little more research on that and do a sit-down lesson. All right? Okay, so there's the bad and the good, right? We got Jeremiah. Let's get Daniel again. Got to show you that you can't have, you got to have a false balance is an abomination unto Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. So you have to have both. Daniel 12 and 1. And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince which standeth for the children of thy people. And there shall be a time of trouble such as never was since there was a nation even to that same time. There's the bad. Here's the good. And at that time thy people shall be delivered, saved. Everyone that shall be found written in the book, the elect. So there's 4 instances of what? Of the time that we're in right now. Okay? Jacob's trouble. It's going to get bad out here. So saith the script, thus saith the Lord. It's going to get so bad, it's going to be the worst time ever on the face of the earth. But he shall be saved out of it. All right? Who is he? Well, the elect. All right? So what should you be doing? What manner of persons ought ye to be in all holy conversation and godliness? What are we supposed to be doing right now so that we get saved? All right? Second Peter 3 and 10. But the day of the Lord, right? But the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, meaning as a surprise. to a lot of people. We're watching. We know. We see it coming. All right? But the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, in which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. The earth also and the works there that are therein shall be burned up, going into them missiles. And them missiles are coming. So you got to be ready. As early as the 9th, the day after the election. As early as the 9th. So that thief in the night, hey, not the day of the Lord, but the expansion, if you will, of Jacob's trouble could come as early as, hey, what happens when they shut the whole grid down? An EMP. China got a rocket out there right now that can fire off an EMP and shut this whole damn thing down. What happens after that? 3 days in the dark, the shooting starts, the looting starts. People, you ain't got no food. Where you going? You going next door with the gem. You going with the sword next door to get that food from your neighbor that you grew up with. You're gonna go take his shit. You're gonna take the gun, stick your neighbor up, and say, "Look, nigga, I'm hungry." That's coming. That could come as soon as Wednesday after the election. That soon. You done went and stored up, got the pinto beans, right? Got the pinto beans. You got some water, right? But the nigga next door to you, he didn't do that. He was laughing at you. He's watching you pop the trunk, take the pinto beans out and the water. He's sitting there laughing. But on Wednesday, the day after the election, 3 days after that, the lights go out. He's going to be standing at your door with a gun, taking your shit. And you ain't ready for that. You're not prepared. You are not prepared for what is about to happen. It's going to be all-encompassing and overwhelming. Ain't nobody going to be ready for that. All right, brothers. You got to be ready. You got children. How you going to feed your children? You going to go next door and do what the hell you got to do. Issachar is mad they just got let off the work detail. So, I mean, hey, the CERN portal is open. The strong demons, right? The elder apostle always goes into the level of the strength of these demons, right? Guess what? Them strong demons, you saw one. That was a strong demon in the video. Standing in the brother's face. All right? I know everybody saw that the image of the man sitting at the table, and he was all glowing, and it says, "This is what the demons see when they see a man of the Lord, a man with this knowledge." The demons see you're all lit up, right? Well, they done let the strong demons in now. The strong demons done came on the scene, presented themselves. It's time to wake up. It's that time. Jacob's trouble gonna come hard, right? Your neighbors know what you got. They ain't got shit. They got a gun and 5 bullets. They're gonna come next door, and you should be gone. You should be even as pilgrims upon the earth, by knowing, right, that voice behind you said it's time to go. See, the instruction is in there. Be even as pilgrims upon the earth. You got to know when it's time to go. The lights go out. They got to do that. Oh, it was China sent up an EMP. No, nigga, you hit the switch because you needed a convenient event, right? To cause chaos and mayhem in this motherfucker. All right? You don't have to wait on no damn EMP or come up with a convenient excuse. You devils are experts at blowing up your own buildings and blaming it on somebody. Oh, it was Osama bin Laden. Oh, it was Timothy McVeigh. No, nigga. No, we know. If it was Timothy McVeigh, who trained him in the U.S. Army? Okay. Who did he work for? Same thing with bin Laden. If it was bin Laden, who trained him in the CIA? Who gave him weapons and ammunition in Afghanistan to fight against the Russians back in the 80s? If it was Saddam Hussein, who gave him weapons of mass destruction that you blamed on him for having? How you know he got weapons of mass? Because you gave them to him while he was fighting against Iran in the 1980s. Nigga, we know. We know who it is. You're going to drag this nigga that did good work for you for years. You installed his ass to begin with. You put him there. And now you're going to drag him? You're going to hang him? He came, we saw, he died. Gaddafi. Kanye. Kyrie. You dragging them niggas. They did good work for your ass. Distracted a lot of niggas. Now you dragging them? That's how the devil gets down. But the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, in the which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. The earth also and the works therein shall be burned up. Hey, we're real close. We're real close. We know World War III got to come. We know, see, they need an event that's going to cause chaos. The chaos is going to force the C-HIP, right? Because that C-HIP got to come. World War III's got to escalate. This week starts tomorrow or today, whatever. Tomorrow through Friday, what is going to go down? What is going to happen? So you got to be alert right now. And that was a wake up. The demon standing in the brother's face is, hey, wake up. Wake the fuck up. Wake up. It's high time to awake out of sleep, for our salvation is nearer than we could imagine. Paraphrase. Second Peter 3:11. Seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of persons ought ye to be in all holy conversation and godliness, looking for and hasting unto the coming of the day of the Most High, wherein the heavens being on fire shall be dissolved, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. You should be out here waking them up, right? It's pretty evident that the end is here, all right? And when shit goes fucking buck wild like it says it will, it's gonna happen. It's happening now, and we see it, right? And we're hasting. We're looking for and hasting, all right? And that's what we're supposed to be doing. This is godly conversation. What is it? In all holy conversation and godliness. What manner of person ought you to be? Well, you're supposed to be out here warning these people. If they care to hear. Sometimes you spit something at them. You know, hey, in 2 days, nigga. You better be ready. When the shit goes down, nigga. So, lock in the spirit. Right? Here's where we are. Lock in the spirit. Because this week could very well be that F flag that, you know, they got to do something. Can they even prop up the stock market one more week? That motherfucker was down to under 30. And then they pushed it back up. Like, how many more times? How many more times can you do that and send billions of dollars to the Ukraine? Billions. Right? And if you understand how weapons and ammo go, all these weapons that are being used in this pre-war, before, and Russia is doing that. Vlad is doing it. He's like, oh yeah, keep sending weapons. Not only are we receiving some, we taking them, but you're expending them, right? And then when there ain't no more small arms, then what? Then we got to move to the big guns. So this is how close we are to what? To the day of the Lord, when the elements shall melt with fervent heat. That's how close we are. First Peter. First Peter 1:7. Salakia. 1 Peter 4:7. But the end of all things is at hand. Be ye therefore sober and watch unto prayer. Watch. Be sober. Be vigilant. Because your adversary, the devil, knoweth that he hath but a short time. They got a lot to try to do to offset these prophecies, and it ain't gonna happen. But hey, the world has to go to hell in a handbasket first. Before we get the kingdom, it's gonna be a hell of a fight. Right? Back to H.P. Lovecraft country. All right? Which I hope to see tomorrow. It would be nice if they came out with the second season, right? I think they had to scuttle that one because it was too much information coming out. Occultic shit, if you will. So I'm going to go on and close the camp. All right? Next week, tomorrow, be watching the day of, right? What are they going to say on election day? Well, they were armed guards that was stopping people from dropping their ballot, and it's just gonna go from there. Then the next day, oh, it was rigged. It was rigged. This is bullshit. Hey, and the Most High. This is the Most High's movie first. So he's ratcheting shit up, right? Everybody's watching. Hey, the whole world is watching. The whole world is watching Jacob stand up on their feet. And Jacob's mad. One of the ball players say, see, that's why I quit the NBA. Fuck these shats. Fuck them and their NBA. They're all full of shit. And if you niggas don't boycott this shit, can you imagine if niggas just stood up and boycotted the NBA? Which niggas would never. Niggas are Jake needs to wake up. But can you imagine what that would do? That would set shit off quick. Them devils would know. Oh, well, we got to do something now. Pull the switch, nigga. Hit the switch. Boycott the NFL, NLB, what is it? MLB, Major League Baseball, NBA, MLB, and the NFL. Boycott them three motherfuckers and see what happens. No more bread and circuses. A nigga be looking for Tiger Woods. I'll watch golf then. You know? Shut them motherfuckers down and see what'll happen. Send a message, right? And fuck all of that anyway. Why? Because this shit's over. It's over. This thing's coming to an end. Not one of these buildings shall be standing. What does it mean that the elements shall melt with fervent heat? Clean, dissolved, flatlands. Okay? Flatlands. Nothing. Dust and smell of smoke. Ecclesiastes 12 and 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear the Most High, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man. Philippians 2 and 12. Wherefore, my beloved, as ye have always obeyed, not as in my presence only, but now much more in my absence, work out your own salvation with fear and trembling. All right? All right, so with that, we'll say, all praises due to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushua, Bahashim Rakal Kadash, double honors to the elder apostles, elder bishops of GMS, including the elders that came before them and taught us this truth. And shalom and salutations to all the brothers that put you in the word, in truth and in sincerity, the hopeful elect tabernacle of David, all right? Shalom.